Hi there, this is Åsa with a new process video. Today I'm making a layout with photos from the zoo, and these are the leftovers that I had from the Kaisercraft Into the Wild collection when I had done the elephant layout the other day. And I'm also going to use the leftover piece of this Heidi Swap globe paper, which is ancient. I'm really happy that I got to use it up. This will be the lower part of my background paper, and that's just one of the cut apart sheets that had this really nice greenish kind of random pattern on the B side. So this is my 12 by 12 mat or foundation for this page. I have two photos, and they were taken. I have gotten a couple of meters behind the rest of the family, and I'm taking a photo of their backs when they are walking towards the bear enclosure. And the other photo is a more close-up photo of the brown bear that we went to see. And it's a really nice shot, I must say. I don't think that I had my zoom like lens, but I got a really nice shot with perhaps it's even taken with a telephone. I don't know, really, I don't remember, but it was close and it was looking straight at us, so I got really nice shots. The leftover cut parts that I had from this Into the Wild collection, they are heavily on the text, and to place too much text on a page I think it's a little bit overwhelming, so I will try to tone that down a bit by cutting in the cards and placing them so that the off-topic symbols doesn't show, and so that I get a little bit less of the text. For example, that card there I will cut into pieces so that it only gets the bear kind of sentiment. One of the other cut apart sheets had a B-side that was slight tan brown in background color, and then it had lots of zoo and animal related words in different fonts, and that will be the paper which I'll be placing my photos onto. This oval, which says Our Adventure at the Zoo, it will be my title for this page, and I cut it out so that I got to see more of the background, and that the edges of that card didn't cover up as much of the photo as it did from the beginning. So that will be the piece that stands out most on this page. A couple of the cards had really nice color effects, and you can see those with the white chevron sections where I've placed them under the upper part of the photo block. Those I really wanted to showcase on this page, so I made sure to have them sticking out a bit from under the photos. The parts of the cards that I hide behind the photos had actually drawings of different animals, and none of those were bears, so I decided to cover up those parts, and I'm okay with that. I got a couple of border strips that I wanted to use, and the remaining part of that orange Are They at the Zoo part got to go on the page as well as just a piece of orange at the top left corner. And now I'm inking all the edges, and I'm trying to piece everything together as I had it before I started inking. This is the part of the process which I feel most uncomfortable with, since I often think that I never get it as good as I had before I started gluing. So this is a hard part for me. I know you can take a photo of the page, but it's a bit tricky since I use my telephone to film my process videos. But anyway, it works. For the last couple of weeks I have been scrapbooking photos from last summer, and I feel that I often need to have a period of time between the actual event and when scrapbooking them, and I think this is a way for me to just kind of forget the small things that I didn't like with the events. Perhaps we got into a fight with the kids, and perhaps we were very hungry, or perhaps some things got in the way, like weather, for example. But when this amount of time has passed, I tend to forget about those small, like, misfortunes and the things with the event that I didn't enjoy or didn't like, and the positive and the good things remain, and that's the kind of feeling I want to be in when I make my layouts. So right about now I am feeling really ready to scrapbook the visit when we went to see my mother last summer, and I have been able to work with the summer photos in a really nice and calm way. and I like that. I have been thinking a lot about scrapbooking as a therapeutical kind of thing to do, and I read something online the other week. Someone had heard really bad things about scrapbooking as a hobby, and it was only to glamorize and to make events look a lot better than they were, and that was a bad thing. But I really feel that that's the most therapeutical with the whole scrapbooking thing, that you can choose which events that you want to remember, and you choose the side of the event that you want to highlight, or remember, save for years to come, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Perhaps in eyes of people that are not into our hobby, that's something very naive, and that you are lying, but I don't care about that. There's no one can judge what I do in my hobby, and of course I want to remember the events as good as possible. I don't want to remember the rain, or when you have stepped into a pool of water and you're all wet on and you had a bad meal, or the coffee tasted awful, or the kids were kind of horrible. Those aren't moments that I want to remember. Those are moments that I want to not forget, but at least I don't want to highlight them. I don't want to dwell in those feelings. I want to remember and be thankful and grateful for the positive moments, and I think that's very important, that we try to stay positive and remember the positive things that happens to us. And therefore, for example, we went to see a movie the other day with the kids, and the kids hated it. And before the movie started, I took really nice photos of us in the movie theater, and we were like eating popcorns and all the stuff. And now when I was choosing photos to get on paper copies, I took away those. I didn't want to have that in our albums, because that would remind us about how awful the kids thought the movie was and how scared they were, and I didn't want to put it in our album, because that was not a positive thing. The popcorn was positive, but the event itself, it wasn't scrapbook worthy. and I'm totally okay with that. But sometimes I scrapbook tough subjects, but that's when I think it's got a reason, and that's also okay. But I have no problem confessing that I try to make my scrapbook moments a bit better than they actually were. I have no problems admitting that. And but this day at the zoo, it was really lovely altogether. We had some rain, but that's okay, and we were a bit hungry, and that's okay as well. and some of the animals didn't want us to see them at all, so but that's okay as well. They are animals. Oh, rambling. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you soon here in my channel again. Take care. This is Åsa. Bye.